I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this, but I'm making it for my archive. Just a record where I am right now, and maybe to look back on one day and see how things turned out. So I'm gonna talk about my college experience. Right now I'm in my first year. I still remember my first day. It was a complete chaos. I had no idea where to go, what to do, or even who to talk to. Looking back, it was actually pretty funny, but at the time I was completely lost. A few weeks later, there was a guy in my class. I noticed his backpack had game badges and music band pins from things I actually liked, so I decided to approach him. Why not? Like, what could go worse? And guess what? We became friends. Like, really good friends. So, he told me, how about I show you my friends and meet my group? So, I said, sure. So he introduced me to his friend group, and honestly, it seemed perfect for me. They liked a lot of the same things I did. Games like Final Fantasy series and Resident Evil, music, and a bunch of other stuff. So there was always something to talk about, but there was one problem. So there was a girl in the group, let's call her Emily. From the beginning, I had a feeling she did not like me. And eventually I realized I was right. I always felt left out. Whenever I was around the group, Emily would ignore me, avoid conversation with me, and act like I wasn't even there. Maybe she didn't like my personality. I don't know, I'm the kind of person who doesn't take everything too seriously, and I don't hold any grudges towards anybody. And I laugh a lot. Of course, I know when something is serious, but she seemed to dislike almost everything about me. One day, the college organized an event, and I decided to attend. Why not? So I invited everyone from the group. Nobody invited me to join them. That was the moment I started realizing I was being left out. Later, I saw everyone laughing together without me, and I remember thinking, damn, I really am being left out. So I went that day to the house and feeling awful. So I was trying not to cry or to tear out or whatever that makes me stressed over in this life. So a couple of weeks later, things got even worse. We were all sitting in a circle. I was eating, and there was a guy sitting there whose name I honestly couldn't remember, so I casually asked him who he was. So he got offended, and he said something like, "What the hell, man? You don't remember my name?" Then Emily saw an opportunity and jumped in. She looked at me and said, "Who are your friends in this group then?" So I felt stressed out and put on the spot. There were so many people sitting there, so I pointed at Sam, and Sam said, "No, I'm not your friend." I, I don't think I will ever forget hearing that. So anyways, after that, I went straight to the bathroom and cried. The thing that hurt the most wasn't just what happened that day, it was the fact that throughout my entire education I never really managed to make close friends. So hearing that felt like confirmation of every insecurity I already had. For weeks I could barely sleep. Thankfully a 1 month vacation came right after that, so I went back to my family, disappeared for a while, and spent a lot of time thinking about my life. During that break, I was like watching YouTube, and I was literally depressed. So I remember a quote. It says, if you spend your time chasing butterflies, they will fly away. But if you create a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. That quote stayed in my mind. When the second semester started, I was alone again. But this time, instead of chasing people, I decided to focus on being myself. And eventually, I made two friends.